and welcome to another edition of Thursday Thoughts with Pastor Pat. I am Pastor Pat, the pastor of St. John's United Church of Christ in Weldon Spring, Missouri. This is my weekly video blog on what I'm thinking on Thursday as we approach Sunday morning worship. This coming Sunday is January 26th, 2025, the third Sunday after Epiphany. And the gospel reading is the fourth chapter of Luke, verses 14 through 21. This happens just after Jesus had been tempted in the desert. He returns to his hometown of Nazareth, and on the Sabbath, he goes up to the synagogue. He's handed the scroll of Isaiah, and he stands up and reads before everybody. The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor. He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted, to preach deliverance to the captives, and recovering of sight to the blind, to set at liberty them that are bruised, to preach the acceptable year of the Lord. And I apologize, I opened right to the King James Version, which is a version I'm not that used to reading out loud. For some reason, I should have had it open to the NIV, but I didn't. But that's the passage. And then but the important part of that reading, or the part that really I'm thinking about today, is after Jesus reads that scroll, he sits down and he says, "Today, this scripture is fulfilled in your hearing." Now, when Jesus said that, and implying that the year of the Lord's favor is here, and that he is the one to accomplish all these great things, is basically saying, I am the Messiah, the promised Messiah. And this is quite scandalous. And this is kind of part one of a continuing story, because next week will be, which is the February 2nd, will be the second part of this story, kind of the consequences of Jesus saying this in front of his hometown. And they don't respond in the way you think. But today we're going to concentrate on this part of the passage, or the part that's really sticking out to me, that's really speaking to me, is that part where Jesus sits down and says, "Today this scripture is fulfilled in your hearing." Today. Not yesterday, not tomorrow, today. And so I'm thinking about that word today and its significance. I used to be quite the procrastinator. And I'm not saying I'm not now, but I'm much better than I used to be. I can still put things off longer than I should. But I used to think, why do today what I can put off until tomorrow? Not saying that's a good idiom, but I admit I used to live by it. But today, I found this great quote by William Arthur Ward, and it speaks to the power of today and what we can do today and concentrating on today. And he says there are three enemies to personal peace. That is regret over yesterday's mistakes, anxiety over tomorrow's problems, and ingratitude for today's blessings. So what I want us to realize when Jesus says today, the scripture has been fulfilled in your hearing, is a reminder that our call to discipleship is urgent. And each day has its opportunities. Not tomorrow, not yesterday, but today. Today has its opportunities. Each day has its opportunities. So it's a good thought and a good practice to try to begin each day with a little prayer that says, what can I do today? How can I further God's kingdom? Who needs a little Jesus in their life today? But oftentimes we're held back by the worries of tomorrow, the anxieties. We're worried about, or filled with regrets over the mistakes we made yesterday. We just can't put them behind us. So we're consumed by yesterday and consumed by tomorrow that we really forget to look at what's going on in front of us today, and especially noticing those things that God blesses us with. So comment below, which describes you? Regret about yesterday, anxiety about tomorrow, or overlooking blessings of today? I know for me, it's anxiety about tomorrow for me. And my guess is it's probably many of you as well, too. But I'd love to see if the others describe you. I think we can each get either consumed with regret, distracted by anxieties, or just not noticing the blessings of today. So comment below. Don't feel bad. I think we all have a little trouble with yesterday, today, and tomorrow. But today, let's concentrate on what we can do to share a little bit of Christ, a little bit of Jesus with others. Take care and bye-bye. God bless.